What if I told you the race to read more books than anyone else isn't actually making you a better reader or a cooler content creator, but it's actually robbing us of quality stories that could potentially change us, or that the way we are reading literature today is actually turning into fast fashion? It is disposable and it is forgettable. Let's break down the consequences. Welcome back, my gorgeous viewers and readers. I hope your weekend was filled with cozy sweaters, warm coffee cups, and your current favorite read. But today, I don't want to talk about cozy. Today, I want to talk about something that has been bothering me for months. At first, I thought it was a weird coincidence, but the more I look into it, the more I realize it's actually a massive growing trend. And it's not just harmless, it's actually terrifying when we think about it. And it's the fact that literature is actually becoming like fast fashion. It's becoming predictable, mass-produced, and cheap. It's not worth it. We have stripped literature from all its meaning. And the scariest part of this is that many of us are not only participating in this shift, but we are actually celebrating it. So, where does the problem begin? Let's break it down. I think the first issue that I see is that there are so many content creators that are reading an insane amount of books. Have you ever seen someone proudly say that they have read 200, 300, even 400 books in a year? On the surface, this looks super impressive. To me, it sounds fucking bullshit, because the only question that I have for them when they proudly say that is, are you actually reading or are you just consuming? Reading 400 books in 1 year means that you're reading at least one book a day per average. There's no time for reflection. There's no time for you to breathe within stories. And literature becomes like scrolling on TikTok. You just want the dopamine hit. You want the plot twist. You want the spicy characters and the spicy scenes. And then you completely forget about it. You just watch one video and then scroll. And this only leads me with two questions. The first one is, if the stories that we're reading don't stay with us at all, what is the point of reading? And the second question is, if you're actually right and you are reading 400 books in 1 year, how is that even possible, right? Like, what is the commitment? So I have an example here who this content creator has said that she read 421 books in 2023. We're talking 165,000 pages. If we actually do the average, we see that the average book size is around 391 pages. I understand that some people can do that in 1 day. That's fair. But are you doing this every single day? Are you able to commit 365 days and reading 400 pages every single day? Come on. And the answer to this question is you can't, and they can't either, because they are not reading. They are not reading these books, right? What they are doing is they skip pages, they skip whole chapters, they only read the dialogues, or they even go to ChatGPT and ask for summaries, because that's what they are doing, right? There are so many examples of content creators openly and blatantly admitting that they are not actually reading these books. They are just reading what they are interested in. And this is what bewilders me the most, because nobody's forcing you to read, right? This is not high school English where we skimmed all the chapters of the mandatory reads because we didn't actually want to read them, right? If you don't want to read books, don't read them. Like, reading is supposed to be voluntary. It's supposed to be fun. So why are so many of us treating books like content to be mined for highlights? Like, what does it say about us and the way we treat stories if we can't actually sit for 1 hot minute without actually getting an instant reward? And then we get to the main core of the issue, and it's the fact that reading has turned into competition. Everyone is competing against each other to see who has read the most, who has the best books, who has the best content, right? We are literally competing against each other to make sure that we are one-upping our competitors. I see it with the massive book hauls, with the "I have read 30 books this month" posts, or the constant race to be the first one to talk about about the next viral book talk sensation, right? I see how we have this pressure to be the best ones, or to be the ones that talk about books the most, or the ones who read the fastest, right? We need to create this sort of image, and we need to curate and protect this image to make sure that we are the voice of book talk, or the book talk community. And this is where I see the difference in our community, right? I see content creators who are just straight up flat. They say the things that other viewers or that readers want to hear. They hype the same 10 books that other people hype, and they just say the same 10 opinions, right? And they just show all these overproduced, mass produced and simple content in order to make sure that they have quantity over quality. Whereas there are other people who are actually showing up and who are actually risking views or risking sponsors to actually say what they actually mean, right? Which is, for example, this book was cheeks, right? Like, they are just open about it and they are actually honest. And the fact that there are so many more creators of the first side than the second, I think is actually the real tragedy. And all these little shifts, the speed, the racing, the shortcuts, the competition, only feed to a bigger issue, which is the urgency. You always feel like you're running behind, that you're always racing, and that you need to step up, that you're creating less content than everyone else. So therefore, you're doing all these little shifts to make sure that you're getting your fix. And when readers consume like this, obviously publishers will follow behind. We see books being rushed into printing, riddled with errors. We see how ghost writing services are booming. You have no idea how many DMs I have on my TikTok of people offering their ghost writing services because they know I am trying to write a book by myself. And even authors are being forced or are being pressured to write a book every 6 months, even if it means cutting corners and cutting quality. And like, even the worst part, even authors are going on to ChatGPT to try to get a book written faster. Like, they literally go to ChatGPT to like make ChatGPT write the book. So let me ask you this: if books are actually being written for speed, for virality, or for trends, are we even reading literature anymore? Or what is the point of reading? Because if stories are meant to be forgotten, what is the point of writing? What is the point of creating? At the end of the day, stories were never meant to be consumed like fast food. They were meant to change us, to teach us something. When we close the book, we need to feel like we are different. And if we lose that, if we are using literature or consuming literature as a race or as a competition, there is no point in creating. But the good news is that we can choose differently. We can be the ones who slow down, who sit with the uncomfortable silences, and who actually enjoy the stories as it is meant to be. And we don't need to be in a competition. There is no rush. We are here because we are actually enjoying reading, and because we enjoy reading the stories, and we actually understand what literature truly is meant to be. Before you leave, I actually want to hear from you. Do you feel any pressure to read as fast as you can and to join this competition? Or are you someone who prefers to slow down, to take your time and actually savor the stories? Let me know in the comments. And if this resonated with you, please don't forget to like this video, to subscribe to my channel, and to send this to any of your big global friends who might actually need a reminder. And also, don't forget to follow me on my social media, and just please be welcome to my community where we actually enjoy stories. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.